Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do what a couple of you have requested, and I'm going to tell the story about how I met my boyfriend, Andrew. If you haven't seen Andrew, he's in a few of the vlogs that I've put up. So I've got a cozy blanket, my Pepsi Max, which I'm obsessed with. Not sponsored, wish it bloody was. And I am going to kind of start at the beginning, which is a very good place to start apparently. So I had been single for about 10 months, about 10-11 months, and I had been doing the online dating thing, Tinder, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, basically all of them. And I was coming to the end of my tether. Dating is not for me. It's like just not my thing. I've got anxiety, which is not conducive of being confident for a first date when they haven't met you and seen you before. I was kind of coming to the end of my tether with it all, to be honest. I dated some right idiots, and yeah, I don't even want to remember some of the idiots. Sorry, my eyes are watering like mad. It's very annoying. And so I had arranged this date with this one guy, and he was younger than me, which is not really my thing. You do you if that's what you're into, but I kind of prefer them to be a similar age to me. He was about 4 years younger than me, and things he was saying just to me weren't really adding up, and I just thought, I'm not sure about this dude. I will go on a date with him and see, and you know, we'll go from there. I've been talking to him for quite a while, and I just thought, right, we'll see. And then I was still on the apps, and I was on Bumble, and I matched with this guy called Andrew. And he was messaging me, and he was asking me, you know, what I was up to, what I was doing the following night, because I think it was we met on the Thursday night, we were chatting on the Friday night, and then he's like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, oh, well, told him I was supposed to be going on a date. Don't know the etiquette about that, if you're supposed to tell them that or not, that I wasn't sure about the guy. And he was like, well, do you want to come out with me instead? And I was like, I don't know, there was just something else there that was different, and I'd only been talking to him a couple of days, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to sack this other dude off and go out with this Andrew guy. So, hi, editing Laura here. I forgot to add in the bit where I also stalked him a little bit on Facebook and realised that we had a mutual friend, a guy that I worked with and really liked and stuff, and ended up he was his best friend. So I did ask him about that, which made me seem a bit stalkerish, but it didn't seem to put him off, so there you go. Maybe social media stalking isn't that bad a thing. Also, I had been catfished before, video up there somewhere, and that kind of made me a little bit suspicious of people, so that's why I did not that I'm having to justify my social media stalking, but anyway, on with the rest of the video. So we decided that we were going to meet in Leeds City Centre, and he was like, what do you want to do? And I suggested Turtle Bay, so we went to Turtle Bay. And if anybody's been in Turtle Bay, I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but in Leeds it's really loud. It's really cramped close together, and it was just like, I just felt it was quite an awkward first date. It wasn't like the best first date I've ever had, wasn't the worst first date I've ever had, and I was like, well, do you want to just get out of here and go to mine, just go to mine, to have a couple of drinks and just so we can actually have a chat and stuff. So that happened, and after the date I wasn't like 100% sold on him. I was a bit like, he knows this, so I'm not slagging him off. You know, he probably wasn't sold on me either. But we decided to go on a second date, and the second date we went to the cinema, and I think we went to Wetherspoons, which is like my favourite place to go because I like a cheap drink. I'm a cheap date. And I really started to like him on the second date. I liked him much more. Like, I started to feel a real connection with him, and yeah, we continued dating, and after he started, you know, staying around at mine about 2 or 3 nights a week. And my housemate understandably wasn't, you know, the biggest fan of having him there all the time, and I thought that it'd probably be better that I got my own space, because it was like I was living in her house. She like owned the house and I was like a lodger, and I thought I'll, you know, have a look for my own place. So I started looking for my own place about maybe 3-4 months into us dating. And Andrew said, well, if you find somewhere that's, you know, decent enough, reasonable enough price, close enough for me to get to work and stuff like that, I'll move in with you. And I was like, and we'd only been dating about 4 months by this stage, and I was like, wow, is this too soon? But it felt right. It just felt right. You know when you know. And after 6 months of dating, we moved in together. And well, the rest, as they say, is history. We've been together now, it was 2 years in September, and we'll have lived together for 2 years on the 20th of March. And yeah, it was all through Bumble. I was literally just about to delete all the apps and, you know, give up, because I was so fed up of online dating. But with well, I was a bit like, well, where else am I going to meet somebody? Because I didn't really go out all that often. And when I went out, I was more interested in having a drink and having a dance and a laugh with my mates. I just wasn't that interested in guys on nights out. So I just was like, well, I'm just going to be single forever, basically. And coming out of like a 7.5-year relationship before that, you kind of start to think, well, was that it for me? Was that, you know, was that my chance of everything? But which is ridiculous, because obviously it ended for a reason, and I'm happy that it ended. But you know, when you start to kind of really doubt yourself, and then obviously with anxiety, that adds another layer to it, should I say. But yeah, everything is, you know, he's the love of my life. I don't want to get too mushy on the internet, and God forbid something happens. But yeah, I'm so glad that I stuck it out with Bumble, stuck it out with online dating for a couple of extra days. Didn't go on the date with that guy that, yeah, and I met my Andrew. So I hope that that has given you a little inkling of what happened. I am curious to see what Andrew thinks to this video. I was thinking about bringing him in on it, but like I've said before, he's not really one for sitting down in front of a camera, and I wanted to film it anyway, and he's at work today. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have done, give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe if you're new. Bye!